They are searching for Carlee Russell. She goes by Carlee, and investigators say that Carlee vanished after reportedly seeing a toddler walking down I-459.
It happened around 9:34 last night, just before the John Hawkins Parkway exit. That is near the Target in Hoover. Police say she called 911 saying a toddler was walking down the side of the interstate. After calling police, she stopped to get the child and called a family member. Well, while on the phone, the family said things went quiet, but the line was still open. When police arrived, they found her car and belongings nearby, but no sign of her or the child.
All right, for those who don't know, this young lady has actually been found. Well, she wasn't found. She actually showed back up at her parents' house. And this is what was said. Hoover Police Chief says Russell showed up at her parents' house alone shortly after 11 p.m. Saturday.
Deeper Discussion card game is meant to give you and other players deep understanding of how we all deal with relationships, when or if things get serious. One of the biggest reasons why people break up is because of underlying family issues. This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group. So have fun.
Question number 1. What is the one thing you wanted but didn't receive when you were young? Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad.
Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend, a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. It'll even tell you what's wrong with your sneaky link. If you and your sneaky link need to have a conversation, these are the cards. Actually, these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
they ain't gonna get
really
wore out.
Durable.
A dating card game for introverts who have a hard time asking the much needed compatibility questions. Deeper Discussions, the card game.
Paramedics and police were called, and she was taken to a nearby hospital for evaluation. So this actually possibly means that once they seen her, they felt compelled to call the paramedics, which means there was probably some type of struggle or some type of issue or some type of trauma, which ultimately means that there's a possibility that she got away from somebody trying to take her. But what can we learn from this as far as a community? The number one thing that I always let any woman I'm around know is that regardless of how this might sound, do not take anything from some little girl walking up to you at the Walmart or in the grocery store, in the mall, or in the parking lot. I don't care who she is. I don't care how cute she is. Little kids walking up to adults are usually the easiest form of bait in order to pull a woman away from whatever it is that she's doing. So as an example, if a little girl walks up to you and says, hey, do you want to buy a rose? And she tries to hand you the rose, do not take the rose. The reason why is most likely you're going to smell the rose. And on her side, she's holding the stem. There's nothing on the stem, but it's most likely something inside the rose. So you smell the rose, you walk back to the car. Next thing you know, you done fell out, and all the person has to do is just walk up, get in the car, push you to the side, and drive you away, and you're gone. In this situation, this young lady seen a baby on the side of the freeway or on the side of the road, and she pulls over. Now, this might sound heartless, but if you're a woman, I'll say it again, if you're a woman, do not pull over and help any child, any person, any cat, any dog you see. I don't care what you see. I don't care. Do not pull over and help. You ride down the street and call the police. You ride down the street, call a man. Let them help the baby. Let them help the little girl. Let them help the little boy. You, as a woman, do not help anybody. I don't care what you see. You don't help them, period. Because in a lot of cases, not all, but in a lot of cases, this is bait. Because women have a heart for children. So they see a child, they're automatically going to jump up and just jump into action. And in this situation, according to what we're hearing, it was a baby. Now, can somebody take a baby and just have the baby walking around, wandering around? The answer is actually yes. Imagine one of these crazy people grabbing a woman and her baby, and they separate the woman from the baby, and they use the baby as bait to get another woman. These things happen. So again, if a child looks to hand you anything, a piece of paper, a rose, some candy, or anything, you don't take it, because there may be something on a wrapper or something on the paper or on your side of the paper, not on their side of the paper, that will literally put you in a position where you can fall out once you walk back to your car. Or if the child says, I'm lost, can you help me find my mom? And you start walking around the store looking for their mom, and all of a sudden, boom, you get caught, or somebody grabs you like this and just takes you into the back or something. Woman checks into a hotel room, a nice hotel room, and the person up front identifies this woman as a single person, because of course they're going to say, will there be any visitors or will there be anybody sharing a room with you? She says no. They give her a certain room number, and then boom, she's in the room where the hole is in the floor. And then once the woman goes to sleep, because there's cameras in the hotel room, the person working at the hotel goes back, checks the cameras, see everything is quiet and nothing's going on. All of a sudden, a guy or two guys get that same room key and go up there, and next thing you know, the hole in the floor is being utilized by the guys, and then boom, she's gone. So it's up to us men to inform and protect our women, and it's up to the women to stay informed so they can protect themselves. Two things I would do. One, when I go to a hotel and they give me a room number, say the room number is 506. You say, hey, do you have something on another floor and that's an odd number instead of an even number? Just do something small like that. And another thing, I always ask for 2 room keys because you're accompanied by your husband. They don't have to see your husband in order for you to say, I'm with my husband. That way you wouldn't be looked at as prey. So do trap doors exist in hotel rooms? Is all these things I'm saying crazy and outlandish? Probably. And hopefully they are, and these things actually don't exist. But the bottom line is, if they do exist, you got to make sure you're informed, because you never know what can actually happen to you or a loved one. And I want to tell y'all a quick story. I was dating a woman, and I was telling her some of these things. Don't receive anything from some random little girl, like if she tries to give you a flower. This woman literally accused me of being overprotective. And I laughed because this woman had a father. And I'm sitting here like, you have no idea what may be going on out in this world. So what I need to do with you, I need to send you back to your daddy. Because if you think I'm overprotective by telling you not to receive anything from some random little girl in a store, I don't need to be with you. And you need to go get re-raised by your daddy. Because apparently you don't understand how important it is for a man that likes you, a man that is potentially with you, to protect you. But if you don't want to be protected, you need to go back to your daddy. But with all that being said, 1, I'm happy this young lady was found, or she got away. And 2, I want all of us to be more cognizant of our environment. And please do not pull over, receive, or help anybody. I'm sorry. The economy is messed up. Inflation is through the roof, and people are desperate for something. So I don't want somebody looking at you as food or prey. But let me know what y'all think in the comments.